to the sun. The solar probe is protected by a revolutionary heat shield. It's expected to have its first solar encounter sometime in November.
Well, Greg, meanwhile, back here on planet Earth, I've got another view of the sun, but this one from 93 million miles away. We're going to have to settle for that. And it's not the distance that I'm trying to show in this, it's the smoke. This was sunset. And if you were out today, no doubt you noticed it, but you really noticed the smoke in the sky when the sun gets lowest towards the horizon. Sunrise and sunset. And sure enough, all that, there's not a cloud in this view. That's all smoke. So let me show you what we look like from space now. We're going to go back up to one of the other satellites that we've got up there looking back down on us. Can you see the outline for the state of Washington on here? Here's the sound. There's the Olympic Peninsula. So there's the state of Washington. This is all smoke. You see how it's got kind of like that chocolate milk color to it? You can't tell what's cloud and what's smoke today. And the interesting thing about this smoke is it's different than the smoke we've been dealing with for the last week and a half. This stuff came from Canada. This was not even the smoke drifting up from California like we've been seeing for the past week. In fact, let me show you what California looked like today. That's the ranch fire right there. And because we had our storm come through yesterday, it changed the way the atmosphere was moving, and it took all that smoke from the ranch fire and blew it away from us. So why did we still have so much smoke in our sky today? Well, let me show you what's going on in Canada right now. Every orange dot that you see on this map going up into British Columbia is a wildfire that is at least 2,000 acres in size. A lot of them are bigger than that. But just to kind of give you the scope of what's going on up here, you remember last summer when we had all the smoke in our sky? Most of that was coming from fires in British Columbia. And here we are again now. We find ourselves in that situation where we finally caught a break and we weren't pulling in California smoke. And instead, it came down from Canada today. And if we look at the way the air is moving through western Washington, you see the blue arrows on here? They're showing you in the mid-levels of the atmosphere where we'd be pulling this stuff in from. It's all coming down from the north today. Now, it gets a little better tomorrow. As we watch this tomorrow morning, this is at 11 a.m., it's more of an easterly flow. But we're probably not going to get a big improvement on the smoke tomorrow. First of all, we could pull some of the smoke in from our own fires over in eastern Washington from this. Speaking of which, there's an air quality alert out there. Stays in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow. We've got to stay indoors to avoid that. By the way, if you wanted to go out and see the Perseids, tonight is the night. August 12th is arguably the best night of the whole year to go out and see a shooting star. The Perseids are the best meteor shower of the whole year. And we're probably not going to get a great show because the smoke is going to be just a little too hazy. And first of all, you're going to have the city lights, and the smoke's just going to make it worse. One of the things contributing to why we're surrounded by wildfires, this is the rainfall for Seattle so far for this year. Look what we've gotten so far. Look what average would have been. We've gotten 17% of average, and that's not just Seattle. I mean, this is throughout much of the West. Look at the warm-up coming our way. So we're going right back into warm, sunny, and dry. It's going to be 90 degrees here on Tuesday. So as exciting as that storm was yesterday, I don't see anything that looks remotely like that coming our way in the next 7 days. Instead, the start of this week is going to be hot. See you with more on this coming up a little bit later. Greg, back over to you.
All right, thank you, sir. Well, imagine seeing this big cat looking through the window from inside your home. More on that close encounter.